Welcome to the Online Marketing for Doctors podcast, the place to grow and scale profitable practices with your show hosts, Huyen Truong and Steve Tate.
Welcome to another episode of Online Marketing for Doctors podcast. We are your hosts, Huyen Truong, and I'm Stephen Tate. And today we're going to talk about the 5 lazy marketing tips that'll help business practice owners automate and scale their business. Now, owning and running a small practice is no joke. It means a workload like none other. It can mean a lot of sleepless nights, endless work days, and skipping family trips on the weekend. Running a practice can take over your entire life and change really almost every aspect of your routine. So, how do you make sure every aspect of your business is getting the attention it needs and deserves? And how do you scale and generate profits with your practice while doing the minimal amount of work? Our answer is very simple. You need to automate.
I think the aim of marketing automation is very straightforward. Automate as many parts of the process as possible to allow you to spend less time on your marketing and operation and more time doing what you do best, helping people. And if you get it done right, you can save hours upon hours every single week that you can then dedicate to your practice growth. So let's take a look at how we can save you some precious time. Here are the 5 marketing tips for busy practitioners to automate, scale, and profit.
All right. First of all, you need to outsource menial tasks. And these are jobs that you just don't have the time for, and you know it. Social media, web design and maintenance, search engine optimization, Facebook ads, Google ads. The list seems endless, and it's all too easy to fall into the trap of trying to do everything on your own and finding yourself constantly running behind. Well, so what's the secret? I mean, you might be an entrepreneur, but it's not your job to personally handle every part of the business. It's your job to have a dream and determine the best way to achieve it. To work less and do more, to work smarter, not harder.
Well, you may ask how. I suggest that you try asking yourself these questions. Can I remove myself from this task? Can I delegate this task to somebody who can do better, faster, and more efficient job than me? As an entrepreneur myself, I've used these questions countless times to help myself reimagine my business processes. And as a result, it's very clear to me that only 20% of my current work is similar to what I used to do years ago. Delegation has enabled me to step away from menial tasks and move into different roles. Now I have time to work on more strategic level projects. I have time to focus on business development, pursuing different revenue streams, content production, and client retention and management instead of wasting my time on every small items that crop up in the day-to-day of running a business. So in our recent podcast number 11, we talk about how to buy back your time so you can scale your practice up, where we take you behind the scenes of one of the most powerful productivity concepts that I've learned as a business owner, buying back your time in both your work and personal lives. So please check it out. We'll leave the link to this episode in our show notes. So what tasks you don't have time for or the right skill to do that yourself? Outsource them. Save yourself time and energy to grow your business.
Moving on to the second marketing automation tip, put your Facebook ads on Autopilot. Now, Facebook can take your business to the next level by using Facebook's rules to automate your ads and spend less time checking analytics. With a nearly limitless amount of features, metrics, targeting options, Facebook has become a dominant force for online advertising. I personally love the remarketing campaigns that Facebook allows you to run. You can target audiences via email list, website visitors, and similar audience to those as well. But it's also no secret that advertising on Facebook is tough. According to Inc. magazine, 62% of businesses that advertise on the platform say that it simply doesn't work for them.
While Facebook ads can take some serious time to set up, monitor, and adjust to best meet your needs, If you use the platform a lot, you probably spend a lot of time making sure your budgets aren't going out of control. When you log into the Facebook Business Manager, you instantly see dozens of metrics that you need to closely monitor. Your ads could change at any moment. Click-through rates could be dropping, costs could be increasing. How do you monitor and make changes without spending your entire day on the platform?
Well, automation to the rescue again. Thanks to Facebook's rules, you can automate nearly any aspect of your Facebook campaigns. Let's say your cost per conversion on Facebook ads is lower than normal. Wouldn't you want to raise your budget to keep those cheap conversions flooding in? Of course you would. But when you're strapped for time, you can't always do it or stay on top of it.
Now, we will show you our top 3 automation rules on Facebook to scale your Facebook ads and find better profits. The first rule I recommend is creating focuses on increasing your bids and budgets when your cost per conversion is low. When cheap leads are coming in, you need to cut people lives. Next, you need to set the dollar amount as your bottom line for a given conversion. For example, if you are promoting a treatment, what is the price or cost per lead that you're willing to invest? The final rule will read as, when the cost per result or cost per conversion is smaller than the bottom line number, increase your daily budgets by 25%, for example. This is my favorite rule for generating tons of cheap leads. Another great rule to incorporate is pausing ad sets that are wasting your budget. When your conversion costs are too high, simply turn off your assets.
And lastly, you need to set up a rule for frequency. It's one of the best automation tactics to make sure your budget stays consistent and your ROI constant. The more frequent a user sees your ads, the less likely they are to click. Simultaneously, your costs will rise. To set this up, select frequency as your condition and set the max to 7. This will trigger your ad sets to turn off once frequency levels get too high. We shared the details of how to set this rule up step by step in our show notes below. So if you're interested in learning how to do it yourself, or send this guide to your Facebook manager or agency. Try using these rules to keep you from spending too much time on Facebook ads. Automate your advertising plan and find new levels of growth. Now, let's move on to automation tip number 3. Create a webinar marketing system and put it on autopilot.
Any successful practice needs a good lead generation system. You might have heard about this term, lead gen, multiple times, and many of you might not know what it is. So in general, lead generation is a process of identifying and cultivating potential customers for business products or services. For medical and healthcare practices, lead gen is a process of identifying and acquiring new patients through the referral building network, new patient acquisition campaigns, or existing patients word of mouth. This process can be time-consuming, especially when it comes to healthcare industry. It's all about trust business, Know, like, trust are 3 factors that influence purchasing decisions. So how can you shorten the gap between these 3 fundamental elements of any user buying behavior?
I think when it comes to medical marketing, it has to do with education. The more information the prospective patients know about the procedure or the skills you offer, the easier it is for them to make decisions. And the best way to address this is via a webinar. And webinars provide a great way to connect with both your potential patients and referring doctors on a more personal level. So your passion for healthcare and your interest in sharing your knowledge will help create a meaningful, intimate connection and build trust in you and your practice. And this allows you to attract potential patients and referring doctors, building a rapport, engaging their interest, and gaining their trust, all without needing to meet them in person. Unlike the challenges of live seminars, webinars provide vital flexibility for a time-poor professional community. Since they can be pre-recorded, Webinars not only save you time, but also benefit your audience who can now watch your webinar when it suits their schedule.
So true. As you can see, webinars are an incredibly powerful way to create an authoritative and trustworthy brand for you and your practice, establishing you as a trusted source for primary care physicians to refer their patients to and scale your referral base fast. Actually, we are in the process of creating an online course teaching healthcare professionals on how to use webinars to increase your patients and referrals, automate your marketing to leverage your time and scale your practice. The course teaching you how to generate new patients and referrals on Autopilot. Once it's up and running, there's no further work required on your part for a while. This is a brilliant way of systemizing your marketing, keeping in consistent contact with your referral network, and leveraging your time, all while growing your practice. If you'd like to learn more about this course, check out the link in the show note below to hear from us when the course is released. onlinemarketingfordoctors.com/webinar-marketing-system.
We're getting closer to the end, but we still have 2 more non-skippable automation tips for you today, including automatically send email campaigns to new leads. If you run AdWords, SEO, or Facebook ad campaigns that are designed to get prospects to sign up for your offers or inquire about them, once you've generated that lead, what's your next step? Do you take those leads and upload them into your CRM, your customer relationship management database, or your practice management software? Or do you put them into your email campaign platform to follow up these leads? If you take those manual steps, you are spending valuable time that could be better used for growing your practice. So why not keep the automation going and save yourself some time?
For example, if you drive traffic through Google AdWords SEO to your campaign landing page, have a web form generated by your email marketing software on your website landing page. And once users fill out that form successfully, it will trigger a follow-up campaign, including a sequence of emails and phone calls. In addition to follow-up emails, part of the follow-up sequence, you can actually schedule an email to be sent to your front desk staff and reminding him or her to call the prospect 1 or 2 days after the prospect signs up for the offer.
If you run Facebook ads, you might have heard about Facebook lead ads. If not, you should definitely check it out. Lead ads are highly customizable, so you can collect all the information that is important to your business. When someone taps on your ads, they'll instantly see a form that is pre-populated with info they've shared with Facebook, like email addresses or phone numbers, which makes the form filling process quick and accurate, though users can also edit their info before tapping the submit button. With a smartphone-friendly form, they can fill out this wherever they are. Most mobile forms take 38.5% longer than desktop versions to complete manually. So lead ads make the connection between you and prospective patients faster. All information from the forms go to advertisers only when the person consents by clicking submit.
Once you generate leads from Facebook lead ads with tools like Zapier or IFTTT, you can actually automate almost anything. I love to automate Facebook lead ads with a Zapier because it allows me to send those leads directly to pre-established email campaign. I don't have to download my leads from Facebook, format the file, upload it to Drip or MailChimp or any other email marketing software. Create a new campaign and then monitor it. Instead, I can set up a Zap using Zapier to do all of this automatically. Once you set this up, you don't have to worry about downloading and uploading leads anymore. You can sit back and watch your Drip or MailChimp or your CRM filled with new leads from your campaigns. So in our show note below are step-by-step details on how to integrate Facebook lead ads with your email marketing software. So please check it out if you are keen to learn more about this.
All right, we're getting to the final marketing automation tip today. Set and forget those emails. Most practices automate emails, like confirmation emails sent after a booking. But there are some other less common emails that you can automate, like welcome emails that can be just as time-saving. Welcome emails can be triggered multiple ways by a new contact joining your email list, via an ebook or a guide download or a webinar, newsletter, or after they make an inquiry through the website. You should also set up an autoresponder. Past research has shown that subscribers are most engaged during that first 48 hours of signing up for an email list. You can use a tool like Drip or Infusionsoft, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign to set up an autoresponder.
For example, once a new patient has come on board, you can automate a brief welcome email to arrive in their inbox automatically, and then send a series of emails to provide patients with all necessary information prior to a treatment. For example, an email on frequently asked questions and answers, or things to prepare for the treatment, or what to do after treatment. All the monthly or yearly follow-up emails for review consultations or checkups can be scheduled in advance too. This can all be done with the help of an autoresponder that will send emails according to subscriber behavior. For example, if the first email is opened, the second email might be sent the next day. If it goes unopened, then the series stops.
Well, busy business owners are constantly strapped for time. You're trying to find new sales, leads, and prospects. And on top of that, you've got marketing analytics to monitor, blog posts to write, a website to optimize, and social media to schedule. It's almost impossible not to get bogged down in the daily grind. So you have to find ways to simplify and streamline. And that means automation. Automating processes is one of the best ways to become a lazy marketer while still bringing in profit. Busy practice owners need to find new ways to automate time-consuming processes to scale and grow fast. So, what are your favorite lazy marketing tips to automate your business and find new growth?
These sessions of Online Marketing for Doctors podcast has come to an end. Be sure to subscribe for more weekly marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you always dream of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best weekly content possible to see you next week. If you want to listen to any particular topics, please fill out a 1-minute survey that we put the link in the show notes so we can produce relevant podcasts for you. If you want to be our show guest, wow, that's even better. Email us and let us know what topics you would like to talk about.
Yeah, getting involved would be wonderful. This is the first podcast channel in Australia about medical marketing, and we aspire to make this channel a world-leading channel for the healthcare professional community. There are many benefits of being on our show, including, but not limited to, exposure to our healthcare professional community, including thousands of doctors, surgeons, specialists, dentists, and other healthcare professionals. We promote our podcasts on social media and Google, not just in Australia, but internationally, gaining strong global exposure. And you can use this podcast on your own website as blog post material. So why not join in? The podcast will be in a Q&A interview style format, and it would only take up to around 30 minutes of your time. We'd love to have you on the show. That's all for today. We look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Thank you for listening to the Online Marketing for Doctors podcast with Huyen Truong and Steve Tate. Be sure to check out the archive section on our website for previous episodes at onlinemarketingfordoctors.com/podcast. And subscribe to the show so we can catch you at the next episode.